Hey everybody. Today's video is less about the inking and more about the use of water-soluble pastels that I use to create like a watercolor feeling in the background at the end of the video. So the inking that took about half an hour, I sped up to 16 times its speed so that we could get to the new and interesting technique quicker. Just for a little information while this is going on, I tried pressing way more lightly on my pen so it wouldn't dig as much into the paper, and I was able to capture a lot of the really small details that I was afraid would be ruined in this piece. As you can see, in usual form, I'm inking very carefully around all of the edges and then going in with a brush to fill in some of the areas that I want to be an opaque black. But this time, I'm using a much smaller brush. And since I'm doing a lot of very close work and a lot of very small work compared to the usual amount of ink wash I do, I'm using a very tiny, tiny little brush and going very carefully around each of the contours before I fill in any space. You can see, especially around the feet, that I'm just creating a slightly thicker border before I go in with a slightly larger brush to fill in the rest of the space. After that dries completely, I'm doing something you haven't seen before. I'm erasing all of my extraneous pencil lines. Normally I leave them in a piece because I really like them and how they add a little bit of extra detail and personality, but for this I really wanted things crisp and clean. Here you see me going in with some water-soluble pastels and then going over them with water to really blend them together and mud them up because I wanted it to be desaturated and a little bit browner and tanner than the pastels I was using. In a lot of ways, it's like using a watercolor pencil instead of a regular watercolor, where you put the color down on the paper first and then create the blended techniques and smears and whatnot. Here's the finished piece. If you like what you've seen, stick around, subscribe. No pressure. I have some other art videos, I have some music videos, I have some weird videos. Chances are, if you like this one, you might like some of those. Thank you for watching.